how is everyone doing today? So we finished this section yesterday. And we are going to, I need to make sure it's in the shot. I'm going to be working on this corner. Light that up. I think I've got a little bit of allergies. I have like a scratch in my throat. Little bit of sniffles. So I'm not sure. It's probably from working outside. All right, I don't see anyone in the chat yet, but that is okay because I can just animate. Somebody shows up, they'll chat to me and I'll chat back, and if they don't, that's okay. So, but if you're here on a replay, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate your support. And I know that we can't all get to all the lives all of the time. You know, it's hard. We have things to do, and, you know, those things take priority, right? So I completely understand. I do think I see some people popping in the chat. I'm still adjusting some things. Like I'm trying to get the little streamer on the bottom that has all the fun stuff. Okay, there's that. Hi Lee, good morning, welcome in. Working on a new project for a train layout. What project is that? I have to go visit you. I haven't visited you in a little bit. I have to go and see. Can't remember the last thing I saw. Of course, it was train related, right? It was train track related, but I just don't remember what it was. You invest a lot of time. Okay, so I got that done. So this is the part that we finished yesterday right here. So I'm just gonna pull that one off. And then this is the one we're gonna work on. So we're just gonna push that back somewhere back there. And I'll begin with this one. And I'm looking to see if I have anything out already that goes with this one. I do have some, but I think I'm just going to start like right in here. So I'm going to start with what looks like a floppy disk to me. I'm not even sure. It might be something else, but that's just what I think of when I see it. And that would be number 11. So that's what I'm going to start with. Alright guys, so here we go. Here we go. I told y'all yesterday I wanted to work on that blanket, and I got the blanket out and I worked on a couple of rows. They're pretty long rows. And then I was like, this is not adding up. So my numbers just weren't adding up. And I was trying to make them add up, but it just wasn't. And I finally slowed down and started counting every stitch of every color, and I've had to unravel or frog 10 rows so far. Do y'all know how much work that is? Because it's like color change, right? So I've had to undo that many rows, and I'm still counting, and I don't know if I can save it. I'm gonna lay it out and just look and see if I can save it without having to take from what I looked at last night, it looked like it still had to take off like another 20 rows. So I'm gonna see if I can save it somehow, not have to take those rows off by just modifying a tiny bit. And it may work, but the thing with that is because of the design, if you modify in one area, you have to continue to modify throughout. So it's not like you just modify that one row and then, that's it. Because of the design, you have to keep modifying and modifying. So I'm just going to look and see, and it may just be quicker and easier to just frog it back and to whatever point I need to and go from there. But I'm going to try because it's a lot of hours. And now that I'm thinking back on it, I'm like, I don't remember, but I'm thinking that's probably why I put it up and didn't go back to it, because I knew it was going to be, a thing. So I think I just put it up, didn't think anything else of it. I'm like, I'll just get to it when I get to it. And yeah. Let's see. Hey, Queen Bee. Hello. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you for the like. Central California. You hope I have a good day. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for stopping in. You're going to sleep. Central California. Y'all are. It's 7 in the morning there. Yep, I had those days when I was going to sleep in the morning or 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. Do not miss them. You have a wonderful sleep. So I think that's why I put that project away and hadn't even thought, looked at it or anything like that. And I'm thinking because I knew I was going to have to do this, and y'all know when you've poured hours and hours into a project, you don't want to frog it. But I think where I made a mistake was that I came live with it a couple of times, maybe a few times, and with the talking, you just, when you're working with something like that, at least I can't, like regular crochet, I can, but with something that big and with so many color changes, and so I think that was my error. But I'll look at it maybe later today. I was so disgusted with it last night. I just threw it back in the box. I'm like, nope, this is not, well, it was bedtime too, but I was like, this is not good. I'm still trying to get where I can get the vertical and the horizontal at the same time, but I am failing to do so. Now Restream does it, but Restream does it with a plugin for OBS. I find OBS too complicated for me. I thought I had it figured out sometime last year, and I didn't. I think if I stuck to the basics, but it has so much that I get lost in there. But I think if I stuck just to the basic, I'd probably be okay, but I just don't know. So that's when I was trying to like use StreamYard and stuff like that, but then I found Restream and then I've been good with it. But I'm still having issues with the YouTube, and I know it's simple, but I just don't know why it's not working for me. It's annoying, actually. I feel like I need my hand held. So I just, yesterday and today, I was like, I'm just going to do vertical, not even worry about it. But it's not even vertical through my phone, because when I did vertical through the phone last week, it's an old phone. So it took it like, oh my gosh, it probably took it like 20 hours to actually upload. I'm like, who wants to wait? Who wants to deal with that? Not that I have to wait to watch it or anything like that, but I mean, who wants to, right? So I just start through Restream. Hey, Jen, good morning. Welcome in. How are you? Says you're making good progress. Thank you. Thank you. It's all been during the lives, so just on here with you guys. I have hot coffee in my cup. That's how cold it is here. Unbelievable. Well, I still put a little bit, it's not hot. Let's just say it's warm, because I put ice because I didn't want to have to like just slowly sip it. All right, so that was the floppy disk. And you see, I've stayed in my squares. Which is a lot of changing out. I think that's probably why you have so many little trays with colors and everything when you're working on them. Because putting them up, taking them out, that's for the birds. Don't like that part. Oh, you know, I just put those away, and look, there's some right there. Like, what, Jackie? Like, why must you always do that? So yeah, so that blanket, that's a thing. That's on my mind now. I was irritated though. I'm like, go back there, put it in the fire pit, and set it on fire. Yeah. Because it's so much work. And then I was like, well, that's a waste of yarn. But even that, it's still a waste of yarn if I want to take it apart. Because guess what? Because of all the color changes, they're all, you know, strips of yarn. I mean, some of them, yeah, like the bigger sections I carry up, you know. But a lot of them are just going to be, you know, strips of yarn. And we'll see. I'm going to give it a go. But yeah, that was upsetting. I think I'm going to work on 5s. There's a lot of 5s there. With vertical, it's tricky because you have to be mindful where that because comments will cover it. So like what I'm doing right now is probably cover. I didn't even think about that because I'm looking at on it on the restream, and of course the comments are not there. So what I'm doing is covered right now. Yeah, now that you say that, because I watch people on vertical and sometimes they have two people, and so one's on the top and one's on the bottom, and you can't really see what the person on the bottom is doing, and I'm on the bottom, aren't I? How do I? Hey Jen, welcome in. I've always done it and get so many that's in the blog, so it's all ready for me. I feel like it more done that way. Yeah, I thought about that. I was like, if I look for it, but there's so many. That's the thing, Jen. There's so many in this little area. Like, there's a lot of fives right now. So, and that's what I just put in here. So that's gonna go well because there's a whole bunch of that. So this block is not gonna be like this one had like because of all the different shading in there. There's so many in there. This one has a lot of fives, so it may be a little, it may be less, but like. I mean, I have a whole bunch of trays, right? Because they come with everything, but I feel like I would be so lost. Hi, Shiny Toad. Welcome in. Yeah, so I am covered. I suppose I could turn it. Gotta move all my drills. All my drills. I'm so glad you said that because you know what, Jen? I didn't even think about that. Even though I know that's a thing because I'm bothered by it when I go places. I just put my 5 away. I gotta get my 5 back out. So I think maybe if that's so far up there though. Having to readjust. Bear with me. And I'm moving this kit box with all these drills in the open, which I will probably drop, and that would just be a disaster. All right, so I think that probably is not going to be the most comfortable up there, but maybe I can work with it. You hear me? I'm dropping things. This doesn't want to stay standing up. There we go. I'm going to stay. I think so. All right, move these drills back down before we make a mess. I don't know. So that's visible to you. The bad thing is I can barely see that. But we will. Yeah, so now I'm like, the people that were here watching me, they were just, I guess they weren't really. Hey, AFC, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you doing? Thank you for the heart. Yes, this is the section I'm working on right now, AFC. I also go in order. I have a system that works for me. I know you're very meticulous about how you do it. I don't have a system. You know, I'm just now trying really hard to stay in the squares. I don't have a system. But you've done so many more than me. I think I only have, even though I it's almost a year and a half. I think I only have maybe 10 that I've done. So, all right, let's see. Try to move up, get close to. I guess I could have adjusted the camera and all that and left this come down. Maybe that would have been easier. I'm just going to go with it. I'm just. I guess I need a little bit more putty on there because that drill just fell off. But yeah, I think with this, because of all those fives right there, I think that's going to work out nicely for me. This one should definitely not take as long as that middle one took me. That was. And the thing is, I get asked, like, how long does it take you? How long does, I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't ever time it. Like, I just do my drill by drill, and that's just what I do. I don't, I don't rush it. I don't keep track of how long. I mean, I guess I could go back, like, because most of these that I've done them on lives. So I could go back and see, but then that's not an accurate count, that would just be estimate, because with like reading the chat and talking to folks and stuff like that, that takes away from if you're actually just focusing and working on it. So it definitely would not be an accurate time frame, but it would be something. Because when I look at this, I'm like, this is going to take me like all year, but I don't think it is, because I've done these 2 sections, and I think yesterday was the 4th day. Now, granted, some days it's only been an hour, some days it's been 2, and I think one day I had a 3-hour, but I don't know. I think I'm moving along. I don't know. I go back and forth, because sometimes I'm like, I'm moving along great, fast, and sometimes I'm like, oh, slow as a turtle. Slow as a turtle. Jen, you're not up late at night anymore? You got, you finally got it worked out? I feel like I hear a lawnmower going. Anyway, you can just hang it over and put it back the way it was, so you're not so far away from it. That's what I do. Hang it over. You mean like hang it all off the thing? No, I'm gonna crease it, because I'm so close to the desk. Let's see. I've never hung one over before. But I'm back at the bottom of the screen. It would help if I would bring myself up on a picture on the thing and see what I look like. Oh yeah, the top of the screen, that looked good. So yeah, and so I'm back on the chat. So no, I think I'm gonna just leave it. I'll figure it out, but I think for right now I'm just gonna. But I do appreciate you telling me that, because you know, you want to have good volume. You want to have, you know, if people are going to spend time with you, you want to be, you want the picture and the audio to be as good as possible. You know, you don't want them to just be here, not being able to see nothing or hear nothing. Like I think one day earlier, I think it was, maybe it was last week, I'm not sure. Yeah, when I was on my phone, I had the microphone and everything, but I don't know if my volume was all the way down or what happened. But I went back and clicked on it for some reason, um, and watched like the first like minute or two. And I was like, I can't hear anything. And so I turned the volume up, and then I just kept skipping through the recording of the live. And I was like, my volume was horrible, but nobody complained. So, and I mean, they could hear me though, because I was asking questions and they were answering me. So I'm not sure. But that was with on the phone with the mic. I think I'm always going to have technical issues. I mean, I know some of them are operator error. And I think Restream has changed up a little bit, because I was like trying to set up this morning, and I had to delete like three different ones before I finally got this one set up. I'm like, what in the world is going on? I mean, don't mess with technology for 6 months and I'm left behind. Because I've been eating, you know, all the stuff that I shouldn't be eating. I'm guessing you don't have room in front of your table. I don't know. In front of my table. Oh, it doesn't hang down. It's a desk and it has the back part. I do have room up there, like up here where I have these. I have about maybe a foot of room after the light bar. I have about a foot of room that way, but then it stops right there. You were talking about hanging it over that way instead of this way. Okay, we'll give that a try. I appreciate the way you try to solve my problems. I think though, if I do it that way, I'm going to get comfortable and I'm going to be at the bottom again. Like, let's throw that away. You meant like that, didn't you? Let's move this cup out of the way. All right, am I at the bottom, or or is it good now? Naomi says, Aloha, Jackie. Love that picture you're working on. I'm on my way to my kiosk, so I'm lurking. I appreciate you lurking. You can type in hashtag lurk when you already told me, but then we know not to bother you. But thank you so much. Fatima, blessings, Jackie, and everyone in the chat. Thank you, Fatima. Welcome in. Good morning. You see it good. Okay. Yeah. And that's not way up there. So, yeah, that works. That works. Problem solved. Thank you very much. And that is definite because that's right here instead of way up there. The big difference. Yeah. Jokes. Did you hear about the cheese factory that exploded in France? There was nothing left but debris. Oh, that was a funny one. I couldn't even finish it before I started laughing. There are some funny ones. I mean, a lot of them were just like not funny, but that one was funny. Fatima saying blessings to Naomi and Jen. Jen is dropping emojis. So I was on here yesterday and I was going to do some gardening, but I was talking to God's Desire, and she's planting by the moon, and she's done it before, and it works out well. And I've read a lot of stuff like that. And so I'm like, I just never tried it. I just always do it by frost dates just because, you know. And so she looked up the dates. I took screenshots of them, but so whatever I was going to plant yesterday, I'm just going to wait till, I think she said the 6th and the 7th. So that would be tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday. So maybe one of those days it's raining. I don't know which one. So whichever one it's not, I'll go out there and put the seeds in the ground. But that was nice because then I didn't have to go out there yesterday and do the stuff. Although I should have went out and watered, but I didn't. So, and then she gave me moon planting dates for the okra, which is at the end of this month, which I wasn't going to put the okra out there just yet because they like it really hot. So those dates will work out. Just got to take the seeds out so that I don't forget. I had to get more grow bags, and I got those from Amazon. They weren't supposed to be here till Thursday, but they're now going to get here today. I was like, well, that's nice. How are you liking your new phone, Jen? Hi, Tina. Welcome in. Good morning. Good to see you. AFC, thank you for the hearts. Tina, you retired yet? I can't remember how long you told me you had. You were wanting to get there. I was looking for the curved tip and I cannot find. It was in a little case and it had all the little different things with it and I can't find it. I mean, I have a crochet. I have a diamond painting section, right? And everything diamond painting is related is in there. It's a big tray that I can just tote around if I needed to, like around the house to set up in different areas, and it's not in there. Because I think that might help with keeping them straight, because I do think I'm just pulling. I'm trying to be conscious about that now and just go straight up instead of like shifting it any which way. But I don't always do that. Tina says, I wish I was. Fatima sends blessings to Tina and AFC. I wish I was. Saying hi. Tina's saying, have a blessed day, everyone. I have to go. You have to go to work now. You too, Tina. See you soon. I don't even know how cold it is. I just know it's cold. It says today's high is 70. No, today's high is 77. The low was in the 40s. Oh, it's going to rain Wednesday and Thursday. So I have to see. I'll have to get those seeds in the ground in between tomorrow's thunderstorms. Both days are thunderstorms. I have to get those seeds in when it's not raining in those 2 days. I'll have to be very specific time-wise on that. So, yeah, 77. So, it's just cold in here because 68 outside, 65, 68. I just looked at it. I don't even know. Um, and the sun would feel like 80 or 90. So it's nice out there. It's just cold in here. But I haven't even heard. Maybe it's just still cold from when it was in the 40s earlier because I haven't even heard the air kick on. Jen, I didn't tell you because I was telling you about the fishies, but I didn't tell you like maybe 2 weeks ago, could be three. We were out in the backyard doing stuff, and it was daylight on. I told it yesterday, but it was daylight out, and we seen a raccoon go by, and it just looked really skinny and hunched back, and just didn't look. It looked ill, right? And you're not supposed to see raccoons in the daytime. So it's going up the side yard, and so hubby starts following it, but he's like probably like 10 feet behind it, right? So it goes up the side yard, gets to the front yard, goes across the front yard, and goes to the driveway and gets under one of the vehicles. And hubby's like, "What are you doing?" And he's still probably like 6, 10 feet away, right? And that raccoon starts vocalizing something and chased him all the way back to the backyard. And Hub is running, right? And he's like, "Is it still behind?" We have like a partition back there, like screen. And he's like, "Is it still behind me?" And I'm like, "No, but it's watching you." And he come up the steps, and it just stood there probably for like, I don't know, several minutes just watching us. And then it went back into like next to my shed, but back that way into the woods. And we were like, okay, so we were vigilant, right? But then, like, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes or so. I don't remember all the time because we were out there like working. But it comes back out of the woods and walks right back up the side of the yard like it did the previous time. We were watching it, right? This time we didn't follow. This time we came through the house, out the front door to see what it was doing. And it went through the side yard, across the front yard, up the driveway, across the street, and down that road. And we're like, that raccoon is injured, ill, or rabid. Like, that's not normal. So, and I'm like, is it a baby? He's like, "No, it's too big to be a baby," which it was. It was big. 'Cause, I mean, I've seen baby raccoons and baby possums before, and they're just so stinking cute. But I was like, maybe it has babies somewhere. But even at that, I don't think that raccoons with babies, I just don't think it's their normal thing to come out. But I was like, maybe she lost her babies and she's trying to find them, or she got it somewhere. Like we can't just assume that but she did. She or he looked sickly. But I mean, she could have been like that from having babies, right? So I don't know. Thankfully, we have not seen it again because there for like a week after, we were just like very vigilant because, I mean, that's not a good experience, to be chased by a raccoon. Like, what? So Jen says it's not completely normal, but you can and nothing be wrong with it. Okay. Yeah, but it just looked sickly. But I think it could have been a mama. That's just what, kept coming to my mind. But I mean, I don't know much about raccoons other than I think they're cute. I know you have your system where you do them like diagonally. I saw someone else doing that. I was just like scrolling, and this lady was live doing diamond painting, and she had these little trays that she had gotten. I think she said Forever Young, Forever something, I don't know. And they were not trays. They were like, well, this is the metal part that I have that I had to put tape because of the edges are so sharp. But it was like this, but it was higher, so it was thicker, and they were plastic is what I think, but she would put them down there, but the things on the inside were kind of like this, and I was like, that's what Jen does, and that's what she was doing with those. And I mean, and I do think those, like that little piece that I just showed, that helps, like keep the stuff. But sometimes when I'm pulling it up, it pulls up the drills. And you have to go really slow and really careful. And I'm like, I don't know, is it worth it? Maybe. But that's a very cheaply made one, so maybe the better quality ones work better. Hey, Share Bear, welcome in. Good to see you. Yeah, I do it when there is color blocking. It's called the checkerboard method. You don't use a grid. Checkerboard method. I mean, I think I am going a lot quicker than I was last week when I started. And they're not as crooked as they were. Which I knew, it was going to take me some practice and getting used to them and stuff. They're still not perfect, but it's okay. I put some cinnamon in my coffee this morning. It's pretty tasty. It's just black coffee with cinnamon. Oh, I never finished my thought on the food. So, because I've been eating so much junk lately and stuff like that. And I haven't decided if I'm going to go back to keto or if I'm just going to do very low carb. I'm not sure. I don't think that I can just do the low carb. Like, I think it needs to be strict for me because I will just mess up. I won't stick to it. But anyway, because of that, I was like, I'm going to make some cabbage soup. And so I made cabbage soup yesterday. I made a really big batch. And so it was initially, I started out with the crock pot, but it was so much that it didn't fit in the crock pot. So I had to use a crock pot and another pot. And it is absolutely delicious for a cabbage soup. I mean, I've made it before, but it's been a long time, I think. Or the last one I made, I don't remember it being this good. But I might have made it with chicken the last time. This time I made it with ground beef. It's really good. And so I let it cook for hours, and now I've got some in the crock pot just on warm so that those flavors, can just, and it smells so good. So I figure I'll eat cabbage soup for like a week or two, and that should help. I dropped some of the weight that I put on when I got off of the keto. And then once I get there, then I can, while this is going on, I can figure out if I'm going to do the low carb or start my keto again. But I definitely have to do something because the weight just piled on. And, would have piled on if I would have just like stopped the keto but ate regular. I don't know. But I stopped the keto and went absolutely insane with all the junk. So, I don't know. For me, it probably would have, because that's the thing. Like, I enjoy eating. I like to eat. I like to eat healthy stuff. I like to eat unhealthy stuff. I like to eat. I just like to eat. And when I was on the keto, because it's the high fat, it made me not hungry. So I was able to do the one meal a day, and I was not hungry. And it worked well for me. So that's what I'm thinking I probably have to get back to, because if I do low carb, I think I'm still going to be hungry. And if I'm hungry, I'm going to eat. That's the thing. So it's unbelievable how much junk I can eat in a 24-hour period and continuously be hungry. And then how little I can eat on the OMAD of the right kinds of food and be fine for 20 hours. It's just like, wow. So I think that I'm just going to do a cabbage soup to get me back down get me down a little bit, and then start that again. And I could start that right now, but the thing is, I think I'm just going to be hungry. So with the cabbage soup, I can eat the cabbage soup whenever I want, because there's hardly any calories in there, like per serving, so I can eat it all day. I mean, normally the one that you can eat all day is the one without the meat, because obviously the meat has the fat and the cows and all that stuff in there. But I think in my case, it'll be fine, because even with the meat in there and all those calories, It's nothing compared to the calories that I'm getting from honey buns and Cheetos and candy and chocolate bars and y'all, all the stuff. Like I'm eating like I'm a stinking teenager. Like what, Jackie? You can't eat like that. And I have stomach issues. Well, when I was on keto, I didn't experience anything. It was, I mean, I knew I wasn't cured, right? But I wasn't suffering. And now with eating all this, like I'm just hurting. Like stomach is not right. I'm hurting all over. Like just such a huge difference. Like your diet can make such a big difference in how you feel. Yeah. I like it when it's one color and I don't have to keep changing. This is so nice. It's filled up like a third of the square and I'm still with the one color and there's still a lot more of it to go. So very happy with this square. Hopefully there'll be more like them. I need to look up at the chat. I think I haven't looked for a minute. Once you get the hang of it, the squares are a breeze. I don't know what the oh no was for. I love cabbage anything but smothered. What do you mean smothered? Smothered like with cheese. I like making the cabbage soup is good and it's serving a purpose, right? But I like and I made it even with our keto, right? Because you can have cabbage. It's cabbage and you get it nice and soft. You saute it, you get it nice and soft, and you can have onions in there, whatever spices you like. We do like onion and garlic, and you do ground beef, and so you mix your ground beef. Normally, what I do is I have my cabbage in one pot cooking, and then my ground beef in another, and then I drain the ground beef. And then I mix my cabbage and the ground beef, and once the ground beef is browned, and I let them cook together, and with the spices and stuff. And it's just ground beef, cabbage, and onion, garlic, and whatever spices you add to it. And that is so simple and so good. And yeah, if you want to say ground beef's not healthy, you can make it with turkey. I would imagine, it be the same. You could add more spices for more of a taste, but really good stuff. I like eating that, but I also like making the cabbage steak. So I don't do well on keto. Plus, I thrive on low cal because I'm not as restricted. Then with not being able to eat beef or pork, yeah, that would be something. I've been finding other great ways to get my protein and pretty much low carb. See, but you're being disciplined with it. Like if I say I'm good, so with the keto, I know that I can eat the meats, the all the meats, the cheeses, eggs, and then limited on like nuts and seeds, and like the chaffles, right? So I know that's basically it. But with low carb, I don't know. I feel like I just won't do this. I won't do the same. But I don't know, because I do want to be less restrictive, But hubby's still going to be doing the keto, so it's just easier. to just do that. Because I don't want to, you could still have low carbs. So like, I don't know. And I know, no diet is for everyone, right? Like you have to find what works for you. And keto worked for me. It worked for me for over 2 years. I just went a little overboard on wanting to eat all the things. And it was fine if I would have just eaten all the things for, a weekend or a week. And that's how I started, but then I kept on. So I know that it works for me, and I do well on it. And that's probably what I should just go back to. I'm just like, I don't want to say it out loud, because I don't know. And I can't eat the stuff I want to eat. But even at that, with doing the cabbage soup, because my intention was to do the cabbage soup. We bought enough cabbage so that I could have cabbage soup for a couple of weeks. And so even with the cabbage soup, though, I didn't eat any junk. I drank my coffee. Well, I did have, because in the yesterday, after I got off of the live a little while later, I had oatmeal. I like having my oatmeal. Before I went keto, I would have my oatmeal every morning. Well, not every morning. I would switch out. So some days I would have oatmeal with peanut butter and blueberries, and some days I would have yogurt with a fruit, blueberries or strawberries or whatever. And I would, go back and forth with them. Which on keto I can do the yogurt, but you have to. It has carbs, right? So you have to kind of be mindful on that for the rest of your day. And you can't have oatmeal on it, period, because it's just so caloric. So, well, I've been off of it. I've been having my oatmeal because I like my oatmeal and I miss my oatmeal. So I've been having my oatmeal. So even though I'm having the cabbage soup, which is what I should be eating, all day, not oatmeal, I still wanted, after dinner last night, I still wanted ice cream. But I didn't want to do the Rebel, which is, the keto ice cream. I wanted regular ice cream, which, why? I'm lactose intolerant. Like, why? So I have to take, my lactate pill so that I could eat the ice cream. And so I had ice cream after dinner last night. That's how bad I've gotten in like a month or two. And so, but I had hubby get me ice cream for a week or two. I'm like, this should last me. So my intentions now are to maybe have the oatmeal. I probably will have the oatmeal. And then do the cabbage soup whenever I'm hungry throughout the day. And then probably still have my ice cream as dessert at nighttime. But in my mind, I'm thinking that will work because I'm knocking out all the other junk that I put into my body, so it would basically be oatmeal with peanut butter, cabbage soup, and then the ice cream. And I'm thinking like a week or two of that with none other of like all the chips I want to eat and all that stuff. I'm thinking that it'll get me to a good point where then I could switch over to the keto. I mean, I'm going to miss the ice cream. I know that. Will it work? I don't know. I'll let y'all know. Because, I could be right now, like, I'm going to do it, right? And then just force myself to do it, but I don't want to. And, I have to want to, right? So let's see, let me go back up and read. Can do autocorrect got me. Hope you can read between the lines. I did smothered cabbage with onions. I don't like mushy cabbage. So see, I like it when it has just a tiny bit of crunch left. But yeah, don't, you know, I like that beef and cabbage. It's really good. And just cabbage soup is really good too. But we got enough cabbage so that I could do I normally do like a big container of my sauerkraut, like a 10-gallon container. But I think I'm only gonna make a quart, which is like 2 pounds of cabbage. Because we haven't been eating as much of it, of the sauerkraut, the fermented. So you're making an egg bowl is what I ate a lot of turkey ground meat. Egg roll bowl. What, with the meat and the cabbage? Yeah, I suppose. It's really good. You should try it. It's really good. And I mean, and you can make it your own. You can put, whatever spices you like. Sometimes I add a lot of heat to it. Sometimes I don't add very much yet. There's always heat because we like hot stuff. But sometimes I add a lot of it, and sometimes I don't. Yeah, you definitely have to find what works for you, right? And that's why I'm thinking that what I am doing should work for me. Just give me like a couple of weeks to like ease back into it. And when I say ease, not eat, I mean by eating that soup and not eating all the other junk. I gotta do the devotional. This one has gone so well for me. This square has really been good to me. I mean, I could even be using the 3-placer with these. This is the last little section, though, of all of these. Then it goes into just little bits here. And, well, this one's right here is good, but then everything else is not. I'm just not good with the multi-placing. I try so hard. I mean, I know I'd get better if I actually practiced. I think so far it's going okay. Look at me go. Look at me go. I entertain myself, don't I? I sit here and talk to myself. It's okay. I gotta do my devotional. Yeah, look, I used a multi-placer for a few of them and it worked out just fine. Okay, Okay, today's devotional, the secret of facing every situation. Not that I am implying that I was in any personal want, for I have learned how to be content, satisfied to the point where I am not disturbed or disquieted in whatever state I am. I know how to be and live humbly in straightened, straightened circumstances. And I know also how to enjoy plenty and live in abundance. I have learned in any and all circumstances the secret of facing every situation. Philippians 4:11 and 12 AMPC. My voice is going in and out. Why? Help me get it through my head, Lord, that I by myself cannot meet my own needs. That only through you can I find the true contentment, joy, and peace I crave. Instead of trying to come up with my own solutions or thinking I know better than you, I'm going to trust you for everything big and small. I'm going to allow you into every facet of my life. And I'm going to be satisfied with who I am, what I have, and where I am as I keep my eyes on you. For I know you do all things well and in your own time. In you, I am content with all. Amen. Miss Daisy May, good morning. Good morning. How are you doing today? We started working on this square when I came on today, and look, it's coming along. It's coming along very well. Jen, what's the biggest multi-placer you use? I struggle with just the 3, but I see people, I don't know how big they come, but I see people use really big ones. I'm like, how is that even possible? I mean, I guess I could just keep trying them and get better at them. But then I feel like if I got really good at it, my diamond paintings wouldn't take very long. And I like spending time with them. Seems like I would just need to buy more and more and more. Because right now they last me pretty long. I'm glad to hear you're good. I'm doing well, thank you. Fatima says blessings, Miss Daisy May. Daisy May saying hi to Jen. Hi, Bot. Daisy May says hi, Fatima. Oh, so you only do the single placing. You don't do any. Okay. I can't do multi-placing. I've tried it. It's not my thing. See, like I just did fine with those right there, doing 3s, and it worked out okay. But sometimes I have more difficulty, but I do think it's just practice. But I see people use those. I mean, I have some of those that came in that little kit that came with this pen, but I think I tried using I think it was a 7, and man, I made a mess, and then I had to go back in there and like remove the drills so that I could go back in there and put them on the right way, you know? And I was like, that's not good. Let's say you do the one and you just enjoy it. Y'all, if you want to drop your link, type in hashtag connect. Hashtag connect. But like I'm looking at these and I can see, and I don't know if it was the multi-placing or me just not focusing enough, that they're not perfectly straight, but I can't believe I have to take that blanket apart. Like I'm sitting here doing this, but that's still in the back of my mind, like you have to do that. I mean, and I really don't want to just take it out back and burn it. Because, I mean, it is a gift. I don't know. When I get off of here, I'll look at it and hopefully it's not as bad as I think. Because it's not like just frogging the whole thing, you know, with all those strands. It's just a pain. And I've already went in and weaved in my ends, and so that's just not going to work. So I just gotta lay it out and see what's. Try to work with what I have and make the best of it, but we'll see. So we have a few more of this color and then this color will be all done. And that's one thing with the multi-placing is that a lot of times I have to try several times before it'll even pick up the amount of drills that I need to place. And I don't know if that's an error on my part. Maybe it's just not enough putty or wax. I don't know. But, I mean, so far it's working out for me today. Look at me go. I spoke too soon. pork and beef, so you can still eat. Yeah, you still have a lot. Do you like fish? Well, you like sushi, so yeah, I would guess so. Because I was trying to think, like, I mean, I'm not really a meat eater. Like, I have had to do that with the keto, but I do like pork. And I like me some bacon. I don't eat very much bacon, though. When we first started the keto, I did eat a lot of bacon, but oh, look, I finished that color. But, I don't eat it now. Or not very often. Yeah, I think that color is all done. Yay, yay. And then it looks when I get to that one up there. Whoa, there's going to be a lot of that. That might be a good box too. All right, I'm going to pick that one, and that is number 50. You don't eat fish, but you do eat sushi, right? And you that was telling me you love sushi. Can't do that. Or maybe it was just the California rolls that you like. So you don't do fish, so your options are turkey, chicken. But I mean, I know you'd probably get tired of it, but turkey and chicken are pretty high in proteins. I mean, I know, like if you do, like, there's some of the protein powders out there that are high in protein too, but if we're talking just like whole food, turkey and chicken are pretty high up there. Tofu, okay, tofu. I think I've only eaten tofu like once or twice in my life. I bought tofu within the last year, and because my intention was to I think it was to saute it or something like that with other stuff and make it taste good, because I don't like tofu. But when you add other things to it, you can make it taste good. I'm not a fan of the texture either. But because I was doing the keto, I was like, oh, I'm going to do tofu. And so I got tofu. Do you know I let it sit in my fridge forever and then I just threw it away? Didn't do nothing with it. And I think I've done that several times with tofu. So I think I'm not going to get any more. I think it's probably just a waste for me. But yeah, it has. Just like with my with like the menopause, like a lot of things tell me like I should drink soy milk, right? And I try soy milk, but I don't like it. And so I'll buy it because I'm like, okay, well, I'll mix it with this or I'll mix it with that. And I can taste it. I can still taste it. Like, I haven't found what to mix it with. Well, I mean, I'm sure if I mixed it with, like, you know, bananas or apples, because apple's pretty potent in, like, a smoothie, but I can't have bananas and apples, so but I haven't found anything like, I could still taste it, and it's just even just talking about it right now, it kinda, like, grosses me out. But I know that I should probably have that in my diet to help with the hormones some, but I just don't like it. And I like Chinese food a lot, so that's another thing that I've been eating while off of the keto. I guess that's all over now. I mean, obviously, I'm a little excited because I'm like, get back to not hurting and being able to move without hurting and my stomach being fine. So there's all those pluses, but then I'm like, all the food I'm gonna miss. And something I didn't even realize, I think I may be, like, people joke, like, oh, like, gluten intolerance, like, that's not a thing or whatever. But I don't know that I'm gluten intolerant. I don't know. But I have had a little bit of bread. And let me tell you, I eat bread and my stomach just swells up like I just ate dairy because I mean, I'm lactose intolerant. So it does that with lactose. But like with bread, and I'm like, like maybe I have been gluten intolerant all these years and I just didn't know it, because I have stomach issues. So, but now that I haven't had stomach issues for a while and I just add food here and there, I'm like, like that's affecting me. So I don't even know if it's one of those. I just know I don't feel well after eating it. And I'm like, maybe that was a thing all along. I don't know. Which is weird though, because I've eaten bread my whole life. But I think you just get used to it, like you get used to feeling like crap, like you get used to feeling unwell. And it's just part of your daily, and you don't even notice it. You just know that you're not feeling great, but it's just part of your normal. And then you get onto a good diet and you feel great, and then you notice all the little things that make you feel unwell, if that's making any sense. Not looking forward to working on that blanket though. I'm slowing down here. The wind's blowing out there. Get some practice in here with this 3 multiplacer though. If it'll pick up, it doesn't want to pick up all 3. You were eating? I know, I get hungry so early now. I still try to do like the intermittent fasting. But I get hungry. Coffee helps. Felt like I had my cup of coffee, so probably when I get off of here, I'll have my coffee with collagen, and then I'll wait a while and then have my oatmeal. Or who knows, I may just have a bowl of the cabbage soup. I probably think I should continue to eat my oatmeal till it gets closer to when I'm gonna switch over. Just enjoy it while I can. You'll see the way my brain thinks. Like, don't give it up yet. You don't have to. Enjoy it. Crack myself up. That one went on not straight. What were you eating? Probably hungry too, because I've been talking about food. I've talked about food for a while now. God's Desire, welcome in. How are you doing today? Yeah, I had a sandwich on toasted protein bread, tofurkey, I guess that's tofu turkey, a dairy-free cheese. Oh, you can't eat dairy either? You got me at 36 grams of protein. It's so hit the spot. Protein bread. I'm good, thank you. I don't know, when I think of like toast and bread, I think avocado toast because I enjoy avocado toast. All right, get that. A few more right here. Yeah, so I guess, well, you got the protein bread and then the tofu. So I guess between that, you get a lot of protein. So you do that, you try to get like the, what is it, like the 35 per meal, and you do that 3 times a day, or how are you doing that nowadays? I think that was it for this color. That does not go there. Been cutting out a lot of dairy. My daughter was having a lot of issues with her stomach and her skin, and she cut out, I guess it's been 2 or 3 years now. She cut out gluten and dairy, and she's doing so much better. And I'm not really sure how she did it, because this is a girl that could eat, that would eat a pint of ice cream nightly, like nothing. And she loves cheese. But she lives out in California, so it's easy for them to go to like restaurants and be like gluten free. Um, although a lot of stuff that we wouldn't even think like gluten wise has gluten, same thing with like dairy, like, when they cook the things in, um, you go to a steakhouse, what are they cooking the steak in? Most likely butter, so there's a lot of things like that that she has to be cautious with when they eat out, and they do enjoy eating out. And she's like, I know I'm not getting any of that stuff when I actually make it at home. She's busy too, though, so she doesn't have a lot of time to cook. I'm like, prep your stuff, and you don't have to worry about it. But I mean, it is nice eating out, it really is. Okay, this one is right here. I'm gonna go with this one because it's right here. Eat your well, starting a new sourdough today. What happened to your other one? My sourdough Patrick, his name is Patrick because I started him on St. Patty's Day 6 years ago. He's 6 years old. He is 6 years old. He's been through some stuff though, like I forget to feed him, especially with the keto, because before the keto, I would use him like multiple times a week. But with the keto, I rarely, well, unless I'm gifting sourdough to someone, like I don't make it, right? Because we don't eat it. But he's, I have forgotten to feed him for a couple weeks at times, and he just keeps on going. He's like, this is this is my life now. He's still going strong. Also get my protein from protein drinks and pea protein. Yeah, you told me about the protein chips. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen your protein drinks, and I'm still interested in those protein Pop-Tart looking things like that. I might get some. I might get some because I think you told me it was 1 gram of sugar and or 1 gram of carbs. So it wasn't very much at all. And that may be like a snack thing for me, like, a treat, like every once in a while. Because I like Pop Tarts. Now I haven't had any Pop Tarts while I've been off of the keto. But I do like Pop Tarts. It had been in the fridge for months, so I thought it might be bad. Well, did you throw him away? Does he look bad? Does he smell bad? He might still be good because they go dormant. You would have to feed him though for like several days to actually tell. But if he's still alive, he's gonna be much stronger than a new one that you start. I tell you, Patrick has been through some stuff and he's still going strong. Now, when I don't feed him for a while, he will I have to feed him. Like, so if I know I'm going to make bread for somebody next week, right? I would take him out today and start feeding him daily, and then each time he bubbles up more and more and more and more till he's completely awake and ready to make bread. But yeah, they do well. I can't remember. You can also um, dehydrate them and freeze dry them, like bits of them, so that and I can't remember about the freezing. I think you can freeze as well. So like when instead of like doing the discard, like when I was doing it like all the time, instead of my discard portion, because to me that was a waste, right? So, well, not initially. When you're starting them up, you discard it because they're not there yet. But after they're stable, and you're feeding them, however, whenever you feed them, that discard I would keep in a separate bowl, and then I would make pancakes with it, or I would make waffles with it, and cookies with it, crackers with the discard, so that way I wasn't throwing away. Because I'm like, this is such a waste. I don't want to have a sourdough starter if I'm going to have to waste, all this. And so I made all kinds of stuff with that discard. But with that discard, once he's established, you can dehydrate it or freeze dry it. It has to be at low temperatures. And then they're ready for you to use. And I can't remember. I don't want to tell you wrong. I think they can be frozen too, because I know I freeze my yogurts and my starters, and then I just let them warm up, and the bacteria comes back to life. So I think it would be the same way with the sourdough, except I haven't tried it. So Bye, Jen. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. You have a wonderful and blessed day, and I'll see you later. It did smell really bad to you. I got started from Baker Creek. Yeah, I remember. I think that you got it from them. Fatima's also leaving. Have a blessed day, Fatima. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. Yeah, because Patrick has even gotten the black liquid that they get on the top, and that's fine. You dump out the black liquid and you start feeding them, and so but he hasn't ever like smelled like bad, like he's gone bad. So you're not getting one from them, you're just starting your own now. I mean, it takes what oh my god, I haven't started one in so long. But I think it's just what, like a 5 or 7 day process. I'm so cold. That line went a little crooked. You never used the one I got from Baker Creek, so I'm going to use it now. Oh, okay. So you'll basically just hydrate it. Sure has a bunch of them as well. Well, if you ever want to start yours from scratch, I have a step-by-step from when I started mine. It goes like, I think it's been a while, but I think it's like step by step, like on everything to do to get your own started at home. If you wanted to try that and not, and not purchase, because you probably have, all you need is the flour and the water. I guess I should probably do that with Patrick, is at some point, like freeze dry or, like preserve in some way, and then I could share them out with friends, My kids are just not into any, they'll eat it, but they're not into like making it or anything like that. So I had my first piece of asparagus from the garden this morning. Yum! Exciting, right? Exciting. You know, I ordered the like I told you already, like my strawberries only like 5 came back and my asparagus didn't. So um I got the refund. So I need to get more. Like I have asparagus seeds, but and I have like the green asparagus, but I wanted to do like the purple. Like I can't remember which one was the kind that I got, but a purple something. And because I want to plant some more because that's a veggie that is great because you plant it and for like 20 or 25 years, it's just going to keep coming back, you know? All you got to remember to do is harvest it, which we forget a lot. Like I I got one out there last week. I think it was like 5 feet tall maybe or something. Like, you know, I threw it in there with the chickens and they pecked at it, but we forget to pull the asparagus. But yeah, it is good. It's tender. It's a lot different than the store bought. Okay, yeah, I'll send it to you. Yeah, somebody, I don't can't remember if he took her bread or if he was, I don't remember, but somebody at hubby's job inquired about it, and he was like, can you make a step by step for her? And so I did that, and I kept it because I was like, well, that's a really good idea to share. And she didn't know. I mean, she knew she liked sour bread, but I think she didn't know like anything at all about it. So I had to like break it down. Like, you know me, if I can do it myself and save money, that's what I do. There's the sourdough. Like there's one in San Francisco that's like over 100 years old or something like that, and I think they sell bits of him because even though I started, my Patrick and stuff like that, and I mean he's 6 years old. I'm like, how cool would it be for my sourdough to be like that ancient? And I'm like, I probably should get some. But then I'm like, is he really? Is he really that old? Or is it just a sale gimmick, you know? So I think he might be though. I don't know why my sourdough starters are all he's. I don't know. So are you planning on making sourdough this week? All right. Oh yeah, there's still some more of those left. Not very many. Hey Sonia, welcome in. You always forget to harvest it. I do too. I do too. And I'll even like my phone will tell me harvest asparagus, and I'm like, I'm like, I'll do it later, and then I don't remember. Most sourdough starter instructions are so confusing, and that's the intimidating part. Well, I'll send you this, and then if you have any questions or you find like something that you don't understand, ask me because it's not intimidating. It is super easy, but it is like a 5 to 7 day process. But not of like all hands on. Like you mix your stuff, and then you have to do, you throw out a certain amount and you put in, and you just do that. So it takes you probably like 3 to 5 minutes, like every day for like 5 to 7 days. Like it's not hard at all. And oh, the one you got from them is supposed to be 100. Well, I wonder if they got theirs from that San Francisco, and then like renamed it or something. I don't know. Because I think the only one that I knew that was that old was the one from San Francisco. I want some gut happy bread. Yeah. San Francisco has good clam chowder. I was trying to think. I've only been there one time, and I was trying to think well, other than like layovers, but like actually there, I didn't eat anything. We went to the pier and to Alcatraz. I didn't have that. Oh, I think while I was there, I had hot dog or sausage or something, and yeah, I don't remember the food there. Oh, I did miss some of those other ones right there. Goodness. Now, when we went to Northern California, they had some good food there. I mean, I think most of California, what they serve you based on the area that you're in is normally pretty good, because I have to say, everywhere that I've been, so like San Francisco, Northern California, or LA and the surrounding, like everything I have eaten in those places has been amazing. Like, there's nothing that I have eaten that's been like, this is not good food. So I think they know what's good in their area and what they can get that's fresh and make it fresh. Because even like their taco trucks, or like the fish taco trucks and stuff like that stuff is just so good. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not Southern food, you know. You get to eat in Southern food, and like other food lacks taste, right? But it's good food. You think a short sales one from San Francisco too? Yeah, that's where I was. I think but I didn't. Yeah, I didn't have that. I think I had hamburger. No, not hamburger. Hot dogs or sausage on a bun. I think is what I had. I don't remember. I think maybe something with cheese. Okay, clam chowder does sound good right now, right? And it's so cold right here. A nice hot bowl. I mean, it's cold in the house because I looked at the temperature and it's like 70 degrees out there. So if I went and stood in the sun, I'd be hot really quick. Getting back into my crafting feels good. Even though I'm just putting drills on this, it just feels good just to make the time to do it and to chit chat with y'all like that. That's feeling like a big accomplishment for me right now. Oh, that one's so crooked. Alright, I think I finished these. No, I did not. So I'm definitely not going to finish this square today on here because there's still a lot to go. I'm going to finish this color, and then I missed these few. I'm going to do that and then move on to other things. My cabbage soup came out amazing. You know, just really just a few ingredients too. I mean, I had the ground beef, the cabbage, onions, minced garlic, and then just spices. That was it. And it is absolutely delicious. Now, is it going to be delicious, you know, when I've been eating it for a week? I don't know. But it is delicious. It was delicious last night, and I'm sure it's going to be delicious today. Okay, I think that was all of those. I'm not going to put those away, though. I'm going to just put them off to the side. And I was going to get those, and that was 50, I do believe. Look at me remembering a number. And there's only like 5 of those. I'm not sure how I missed those. I wasn't going very fast. Ooh. And then I have these right here. And where did I see those? There's that. Yep, and then I'm done. I think because this square had so many more together, it is going by so much quicker than the other two. And it's kind of nice. It feels like I'm accomplishing something. I think that might be all of that color, and it is. So that's not too bad. I have this little section right, well, y'all can see what's not done. So that's not bad for all during this live in 2 hours. That's pretty good for me anyway. That is really good. Now I may finish, because I'm so close, or I feel like I'm so close, I may finish this area before I come back on the live. I'm not sure, because I'm looking, I'm like, these check marks, I can knock that out real quick. So I may do that. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for spending your time with me. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Thank you. Thank you. I will see y'all soon. Bye bye. Um,